Hey folks, welcome back to a throwback review, I guess you could call this at this point. This is from 2014, I believe. This is called Batman the Riddler Chase. It has around 300 parts, I think just over that. And I actually got this for, believe it or not, $5. Well, I guess 76 or whatever. But yeah, $5, a whole set. I think this was $30 back in the day, either that or 25. But yeah, I picked it up. Everything was there. The books, no box, but I don't really care about that. Figs are there. You get two vehicles. It's basically like a street chase with the Batmobile and then the Riddler, the Riddle Dragster or whatever it's called. So you get two vehicles, you get three figs, and a couple of good features with the builds. I think it would have been cool to get like maybe like a street lamp or a light post or like some kind of like um little piece of a street. I feel like that's like the only thing you could really complain about. But this was back in the days when this was DC Comics superheroes. Now it's just literally Lego Batman. Like there's no like other characters. It's just Batman like themed, which is fine, but I feel like these sets were a little bit nicer cuz you get other things. So, yeah, um we get the three figs. We'll talk about them first. I'll get Batman out of the way first. He's cool, he's fine. This one I believe is supposed to be based on Beware the Batman. He's got mostly dark gray and nice details, nice logo, cool, printing for the belt. No leg printing, but he's got the Batarang and the Bat mask. The cape is like the papery this time around, which I find okay. I like the shape of it, but I feel like the new capes are better in terms of like actually playing with the figures. He has back printing, which is really nice and shiny. And Two Faces, definitely my least favorite Batman head that they've done. It's just the 2012 with the classic headband with the smirk and the scowl. I prefer the scowl, but that's me. And I think this is the 2012 mask, and no leg printing. He's fine. Batman is definitely my least favorite figure in this set, although this is a different Batman for me, so that's nice, but still, it's not that exciting. So, we're gonna move on. Main character, you gotta have him. Next up is the Riddler. This is a different version of him. He's actually more of a... He's almost like a race car... He's got a gangster look to him this time around. He's got a banana, and he's also got the golden crowbar, and a really cool look. I really like the look of him. He's got like dark green on this side and like light green on this side, and it's kind of different. I like the hat, and I really like the face. The face is really nice with this one, with the evil smile. And I really like the jacket. It's almost like this race car jacket with all the question marks all over it. It's got a really cool zipper design. No leg printing, but he does have back printing and just a single face, but I really like this detail with the back with the purple neckerchief. I think that is super cool. I really like the question marks. It's very, very nice. It's very unique for the Riddler. This is definitely my favorite Riddler that I've gotten so far. Really nice design, for sure. Might be my favorite fig in this set. And then last up, we get the Flash. I believe this was the first time we got the Flash as a fig, so that's kind of dope. Mostly red, as you can see, which is my favorite color, so that's kind of, it makes me like him more. And he's got a nice helmet, which is rubber. It's got the little lightning bolts on there. And really nice printing for his logo, which is really nicely done. And really nice, like, just lines and, like, the pecs coming out and the cool, Flash belt design, which is on the back as well. He's kind of a plain figure if you look at him, but he's really nicely, like, colored with the red. I think it really looks nice. And the others have a couple faces. One of them is very angry. I gave him that one. And then the other one is just happy. I gave him the angry one because, he's battling the Riddler. And the helmet is really nice with this one, too. And the quality is really nice for this, for sure, in terms of the face. So that's the Riddler. That's the Flash. No accessories with him, which is fine because he just runs. So dope figure for sure. At the time, definitely was the highlight of this set. And those are the figs. Let's move them aside. I'll take a look at the Batmobile first, since I think that is the highlight of this set. The reason I got it was because of this Batmobile. This thing is dope. This is probably the freshest Batmobile I've seen in quite a while. And this is an older set. 2014, 15, I think it's 2014. So this is that design for that year. I think it has aged remarkably well. It has this techno feel. It's almost mechanical, like very robotic, mechanical feel to it. It reminds me of my favorite Batman show, which is the Batman from 2004. It gives me that Batmobile vibes. It's very similar. And I think the thing that makes this really pop is this windshield with the orange translucent, color. I think it looks just awesome. Just very, very vibrant, colorful. And there's only one sticker with this whole build. It's actually just this one. I can show you. Right there, we've got the Batman logo, and it's a really nice sticker, clear backed, but it was applied really well. And it's meant to like segue into this whole front build here, you can see. And it's built really nicely. It's not too many parts. I think it's around 200, but they've got a lot of good stuff going on with this, with the front shaping that's very sharp and very angled. I like the lights, almost has this aggressive feel to it. I like the sides, a little bit loose because they're attached in an interesting way. If I can take these off, hold on, maybe without breaking it, whatever. So the sides are interesting. It's like this, where it's pins on the side, and it's really nice. And the shaping is really cool. It's like very close to the wheels, but it's very nicely shaped with these triangle parts, and it leads into the back. There is one great feature with this. I'll get to that in a minute. Here's the bottom. The bottom is probably the weakest part, just because it's all bright and colorful. But you can get Batman in here. It's really easy. You just pop that off. It's only connected with 4 studs. You can see the inside is pretty colorful with the yellow. You can angle the steering wheel, and you can put Batman in there. I'm actually going to, give me a second. Let me see if I can find, where is he at? Oh, okay. 1 second. Okay. So you can take a fig and put him in there. Sorry, I misplaced him for a minute. So you can just angle that down. Unfortunately, Batman or whoever's in here has to lay back super far. Look at that. It's like really far back. Although Mr. Generic is fine because he doesn't have any headgear. But like anyone else, they're gonna have to lay way back, which I find is a little bit weak. But it's fair because it's in there. Just the build is pretty low to the ground, so it makes sense. But yeah, great cockpit design, great inside. Simple, but it works. I like the wheels as well. It rolls really nicely. But the best feature of this Batmobile is actually on the back. You can see this big old build, or big old section on the back. You've got lots of vents and angled plates and, gold pieces on the back and some nice lights on the back. But you'll notice this these Technic pins with this connector. And if you lift that up, this can actually just lift all the way up, this whole section, if I want to focus. And it reveals 2 flick missiles, and essentially you just push this and they will shoot off. Hopefully. Yeah, they shoot really well. Because this copy is newer, or I guess it was only built once, so the friction is really tight. But it's really nice. You can just angle that up. Sorry the lighting's changing. But yeah, you just put that in there. That's just what they look like. And really nice, really cool. And it just angles. What I like about this back section is you can angle it a lot, and it gives you a lot of freedom to shoot the missiles, which is really nice. You can shoot them far. And under that, it's not too bad. There's just like some smooth parts, and you can just angle that back, and it goes back into place. It's really nice. It's like a hidden detail. The only thing is the actual activator is sticking out really far from the back of the Batmobile. So that's kind of a, miss, but otherwise, just great that this whole thing lifts up. It's a really cool attack mode. So this thing is absolutely fantastic. I have no complaints. In fact, this is my favorite Batmobile now that I own. I own at least 3 other ones. And this is definitely my favorite. Just the way it looks, it's very aerodynamic. It's got a really nice low profile. It's got a dope feel to it and a really cool, unique design. So I'm a big fan of this build. This is the reason I bought it. And last up for vehicles is the Riddler's Dragster. Now, compared to the Batmobile, it's definitely on the weaker end. Not nearly as many pieces, but it does look really nice. You've got some small wheels at the front, if they will want to focus. Lots of green. You've got a couple stickers for this one with the Riddler, the question mark on fire, and then this spoiler has a same design. And the only bad thing about this is the spoiler on the back is really loose with mine, and it was like that when I first, brought it home. It was it's kind of a complaint that many people have is the spoiler is pretty loose. It's just kind of a weird connection. Like this pin is connected to this like Technic piece, and it's not. I don't know. It's just not very secure, but whatever. You can move it around. It's fine. You can see there is some money bags on the back. So essentially, you get 4 of these $100, and essentially the Riddler has stolen $400 from a bank, which is pretty impressive in this, you know, at this time for Lego sets. That's pretty cool. I like the engine. It's very big and beefed up, and with a lot of pieces. Really nice to look at. I like the vents on the side. Got these fire exhausts coming out, and there's a red steering wheel. Again, you can put a figure in there. I'm just going to use generic again. And it's a little bit tight, but it looks nice. It looks good with the Riddler in there. Anyone can drive this, but pretty good little spot. And I like different colors, like the light gray and the little bit of dark gray, and the green looks really good. The only thing I don't like about this model is the red on the bottom. You can see there's a couple of red parts. I don't really like that. I think it looks pretty bad. Just the red and green do not look good together in this case. I just feel like it looks kind of terrible. But there's a great feature with this where on the back you might be able to see under that spoiler there is actually a little bit of a black ball. And essentially when the Batmobile is chasing you, the Dragster can pull a wheelie, and hopefully you can see this okay. And it's really nice, it's a really cool feature too. You push this up and this will happen. So the bomb will just like fly off. It's like pushing against the ground. So essentially the ball is connected and you push against the ground and it will launch it. It's actually really clever and it works really well. So that's a really good part about this this Dragster. Otherwise, it's a little bit flimsy, it's a little simple, but it looks good enough for what it is. And, you know, it's actually pretty unique compared to most other vehicles that I've seen. So, yeah, that's the set. I think it's really nice. I think at the time it was priced pretty well, and you get a unique Batmobile, definitely a unique Dragster, and the figures are definitely great. I think Batman being the weakest, but that's just me. But I'm a big fan of this set. I'm glad I got it. Definitely among my favorites that I have, for sure. Just because of the Batmobile design alone, I think it carries this set. And if you can find it for a good price, I highly recommend it. Big fan of this one. I like it a lot. And I don't have much to complain about, to be honest. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think of the Riddler Chase. Do you think it's a good set? Do you think it's held up? And what do you think of this Batmobile? Do you think it's good or bad? What do you think of the figs? And do you think there's a set that's better than this? And let me know down below what you think, good and bad. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next review. Take care.